Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're continuing Transformers Prime Week with a special review. Well, all my reviews are special, you should know that by now. Today, we're taking a look at Cyberverse Commander Starscream. He's part of the Commander class figures. Um, that's at larger scale in the Cyberverse line, replace the Scout class figures. This is the front of his packaging. Photoshopped image of him in vehicle mode, name, logo, removable bio card on the side with an animated model, and the pictures on the back. You probably have seen this packaging by now. So enough of my yammering. Let's get to the figure. Okay, and if you were wondering why I used that unique transitional animation, that was for Jim Sorensen, author of the Allspark Almanac and the new G.I. Joe Handbook, who was just a guest on What's on Joe Mind. As of this recording, that was last night. His new G.I. Joe book is available right now at Amazon.com. And if I have the ability, you might be seeing the Amazon.com like blinking right here. Maybe not. I'll take it out if it's not. Okay, we're starting off with Starscream in vehicle mode. As I've mentioned in the past, I usually start with the figure in whatever mode it comes packaged in. I couldn't do it this time, and I'll explain that when we get to robot mode. He is a rather sleek-looking MiG-style jet, like he is in the cartoon. The jet mode is not as nice as the first edition Starscream, but it is a smaller vehicle. I do feel he has less robot kibble on his undercarriage, unlike the first edition figure, but that's also due to the change in transformation. As you can see, pegged under his wings are these very unique missile blaster things. Right around the time that this figure was first rolling out, they showed Starscream using this in the cartoon. I don't know if this was his null ray or not, but I do like that they did make a point of showing him using it, so it didn't seem that out of place with this figure. Like all the other Cyberverse commanders, it is made of a stiff, clear plastic that's not like the rubbery plastic of the Legion figures. Alright, let's take a moment and get to transformation. I've gone ahead and removed the weapons from under the wing. To start transformation, we're going to come in and just angle the wings forward slightly. You'll have to play with them a little bit during the course of transformation just to get them out of the way. Next, you want to come into the back here and detach the legs from the main body. There are two clear tabs that the feet sort of peg into. Not really, but they hold it in place. Next, you want to come to the cockpit and fold this forward and basically just hinge it out like so. It's on a double hinge joint. Next, you want to bring the figure up and then proceed to split the cockpit, which is pegged together like so. And the shoulders, or what will be the shoulders in robot mode, are on double hinge joints, so you want to go ahead and split them so the arms are straight. You can then come in behind here, fold the wings back. Don't fold them all the way up yet, just wait until you have the arms in position. Might be a little easier for you. Then you can come in, fold the arms down like so, like so. Fold the robot's head up, and yeah, that'll be it. Finish it off. Fold the wings up so they're flush. Take the tail section, fold it up, rotate it around so the tail fin is facing upside down, and fold it up to the back. Friction will hold it in place. You can bend the arms, and there we go. Let's come in and take a look at Starscream in his robot mode. Right off the bat, the first thing you should notice is that this is the first and thus far only Starscream figure to have his head fin painted properly in that red color. Other than that, the main section of his body does resemble his animation model closely. It's unfortunately when you get to his arms that they don't. The hands and what have you are molded into the cockpit. It just looks off. His legs are rather spindly and thin, which unfortunately raises the issue that he can't stand on his own, which is a shame because he has ankle swivels and things of that nature, which would help with posing, but he just can't stand. For articulation, he has a ball joint here in the shoulder, as well as that swivel for transformation, a hinge at the elbow, which allows him to bend, ball jointed hips, and a single jointed knee, but gets a great range of movement. As I mentioned, he does have the ankle swivel. We'll come around on the back here. I'm just going to have to transform him a little, and you can see he does have that peg that all the Cyberverse figures have, or the Commander figures have, that allow him to interact with the light-up features on the Cyberverse vehicles. I've noticed that the ones with the darker translucent plastic, like Starscream in this red here, the lights tend to not show up as well. Also, which is a shame because if you look at his chest, the parts here, down the side, in the front, could all light up. And yes, he does have that face in his chest type of thing. Let's zoom out and get my final thoughts. I've gone ahead and put the weapons back on Starscream. They can peg into his arms or be held as some sort of bladed trident or duodent weapon. Never seen him hold them like this. Like the other Legion class, or I should say Cyberverse figures, his weapons do have holes and pegs on them that they can combine with other weapons. I tried with Megatron's weapon. I just couldn't find anything I like. Now, Starscream is a unique figure. For the longest time, he was the easiest to find due to the scarcity of first editions. He's a good figure. I don't think he's as bad as everyone says. Unfortunately, I do think he is the worst of that Wave 1 Cyberverse line, and I think as time goes on, he will be forgotten. But, you know, you can have fun with him. You just can't stand him, unfortunately. And believe me, I've tried. I've seen some photos where he's basically bent over like this, like an old man, and that's without his weapons attached. I've never seen a photo with him and his weapons attached. If you see him in stores, which, you know, he is still available, like all the other Wave 1 Cyberverse figures, I can recommend picking him up. But I can't recommend picking him up over figures like Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bulkhead, or some of the newer Wave ones like Ironhide and Skyquake and Dreadwing, or Darkwing, whatever the heck, I always get those two confused. But he has a place in his collection, who knows, he might show up in a gift set somewhere. So, it's your old pal Chuck. For Starscream, we'll see you next time.